You've experienced those moments when life flows effortlessly, haven't you? When your spirit feels weightless and your thoughts are crystal clear. You move through your hours with natural grace and ease. Then there are days when you feel like you're swimming against an invisible current. No matter what you try, you can't seem to connect with that inner flow, and every task becomes a struggle. This isn't random chance or simple luck. This difference you're sensing has real scientific foundation, rooted in quantum mechanics and the electromagnetic nature of living systems. Once you grasp how your energy field actually operates, you'll never see yourself or your reality the same way. If something within you resonates with these words, understand that this message has found its way to you intentionally. When you engage with this content right now, you're transmitting a specific frequency into the quantum matrix, one that can synchronize with others who are ready to reclaim their energetic sovereignty. Let this transmission begin. You don't need to manufacture an elevated state or pretend to feel joy when you don't. Your biofield operates as a measurable, harmonious expression of your entire being when your mind, emotions, and physical form communicate in unity. This inner alignment isn't reserved for spiritual masters in remote monasteries. Right here, right now, you can access this state by learning to attune to yourself with gentle awareness and nurturing that connection. Most of us live in constant reaction to our external circumstances. We begin each morning with the same worried thoughts that disturbed us the day before. These mental patterns trigger emotional responses, which create identical biochemical cascades in our bodies. From a quantum perspective, this becomes more than mere habit. It transforms into a closed-loop frequency pattern. Your individual energy signature broadcasts continuously, like a personal transmission station, announcing your identity to the universe. This signal ultimately determines what you perceive, how you feel, and the reality you inhabit, because it interfaces with the vast quantum field surrounding you. This journey we're sharing isn't about masking your struggles or forcing artificial positivity. It's about orchestrating your thoughts, heartbeat, and nervous system into a unified symphony of coherence. But here's what most people don't understand about frequency maintenance. Your energy field operates on multiple layers simultaneously. There's your immediate emotional frequency, which fluctuates moment to moment based on thoughts and external triggers. Then there's your baseline vibrational set point, which represents your default energetic state when you're not consciously managing your frequency. And finally, there's what quantum field researchers call your coherence signature, the unique electromagnetic pattern that emerges when all aspects of your being are aligned. Think of it this way. If your emotions are like weather patterns, constantly shifting and changing, then your baseline frequency is like your climate, the overall energetic environment you tend to inhabit. Your coherence signature, however, is like your unique geographical coordinates in the quantum field, the specific location where your consciousness interfaces with infinite possibility. When you understand these three levels of energetic expression, you gain access to tools that most people never discover. Envision yourself as a finely calibrated instrument. When properly tuned, you emit a pure, consistent, resonant tone. In this state of coherence, as you achieve this inner clarity, the quantum field begins responding in seemingly miraculous ways, delivering opportunities and meaningful coincidences that feel far beyond random chance. When you cease allowing past wounds or limiting beliefs to scatter your attention in countless directions, you emerge as a powerful, centered observer of your own existence. If this message resonates with something deep inside you, take a moment to press the like button. Consider this not merely a simple click, but a conscious choice you're making. Through this action, you're broadcasting a clearer signal to the quantum field that you're ready and open to receiving greater clarity and alignment in your life. I want to invite you to pause here with me. Stop and tune into your own energetic state. There's nothing that needs fixing. Simply observe. How does your heart feel right now? Light and open or constricted in your chest? Are there repetitive thoughts cycling through your mind? The initial step involves witnessing yourself with compassion. This gently interrupts the automatic patterns that keep your energy anchored in past experiences. It also creates space for something new to emerge, a steady, coherent signal that the universe can recognize and reflect back to you. If this truth strikes a chord within you, allow it to settle deeply. Comment below with the phrase, "I am the architect of my frequency." This becomes your opportunity to declare to yourself and the cosmos that you're now consciously choosing the energy you radiate. Here's something you might not have considered. Your elevated vibration doesn't vanish instantly. It gradually diminishes each time you react without pausing, contract instead of breathing, or replay painful narratives instead of simply witnessing them with love. But here's where you reclaim your power. Just as your frequency can decrease in these micro moments, it can also be lovingly restored through tiny moments of presence. You can rebuild an authentic, powerful, energetic signature that truly reflects the magnificent being you're becoming. Through these small flashes of conscious awareness, researchers in neurocardiology have discovered something remarkable. What's fascinating is that frequency degradation follows predictable patterns. Scientists have identified what they call energetic decay cycles. When you experience stress, your coherent heart rhythm doesn't just stop, it transitions through specific phases. First comes fragmentation, where your heart rhythm becomes irregular but still maintains some organization. Then comes static interference, where competing emotional states create energetic noise. Finally, if the stress continues, you enter what researchers term frequency collapse, where your electromagnetic field becomes chaotic and your natural coherence completely dissolves. Understanding these phases gives you incredible power because you can intervene at any stage. During fragmentation, a simple conscious breath can restore coherence immediately. During static interference, you need the micro-reset techniques we'll explore. But during frequency collapse, you require what quantum field practitioners call a full system reboot, which involves specific protocols for rebuilding your energetic foundation from the ground up. The remarkable discovery is that each phase has its own electromagnetic signature that can be measured and tracked. This means your frequency states aren't just subjective experiences, they're objective, measurable phenomena that follow the same laws of physics as any other energy system in the universe. Your heart generates an electromagnetic field significantly more powerful than your brain's field. When you're in emotional coherence, your heart rhythm becomes smooth and synchronized with your breathing pattern. In this state, you begin radiating a highly organized and elevated frequency throughout your entire system. This transcends positive thinking. This is documented scientific reality. Sustaining this coherent state for just minutes can alter your body's chemistry, regulate your nervous system, and transform how your brain interprets the world around you. Your perception literally expands. You become more receptive, less reactive, and more connected to your innate creative intelligence. Why does this matter so profoundly? Because the quantum field responds not just to your words or thoughts, Your complete energetic transmission influences its response. When your heart and body are experiencing anxiety or scarcity, regardless of how often you affirm, "I am abundant," the message you're broadcasting remains mixed and unclear. According to quantum principles, this incoherent energy generates random and often chaotic results, typically the opposite of what you're attempting to create. This explains why many people become exhausted from trying to stay positive. Without realizing it, they're battling against their own energy. What I'm sharing will show you how to end this internal conflict without force or strain. Instead, you'll discover that your true power lies in repeatedly returning to harmony. It's not about perfection, it's a practice of loving awareness. It's about recognizing when you've lost your balance and gently guiding yourself back to center. But let's go deeper into why this internal war happens in the first place. Your nervous system operates on ancient survival programming that interprets any mismatch between your thoughts and emotions as a potential threat. When you think, "I am worthy," while feeling unworthy, your nervous system doesn't just notice the contradiction, it activates stress responses designed to protect you from what it perceives as deception or danger. This is where quantum coherence becomes revolutionary. Instead of fighting against these natural protective mechanisms, coherence works with them. When your heart rhythm becomes smooth and organized, it sends safety signals throughout your entire nervous system. Your brain receives the message that you're genuinely safe, not just pretending to be safe. This allows your whole being to relax into authentic, elevated states rather than manufactured ones. Research in quantum biology has revealed something extraordinary about this process. When your heart achieves true coherence, it doesn't just affect your own electromagnetic field. It begins resonating with what scientists call the Schumann resonance, the Earth's natural electromagnetic frequency. This means that in coherent states, you're literally synchronizing with the planet's own energetic rhythm. You become part of a larger harmonic system that extends far beyond your individual biofield. This planetary synchronization explains why coherent states feel so deeply peaceful and why they're so sustainable. You're not trying to maintain an artificial frequency that conflicts with your environment. You're aligning with the fundamental frequency of the living system you're part of. This is why ancient spiritual traditions spoke of being one with nature. They were describing a real, measurable electromagnetic phenomenon that modern science is only now beginning to understand. Over time, you become someone with stable, elevated energy that doesn't depend on external circumstances being perfect. You've probably encountered someone who naturally radiates quiet confidence, deep peace, and magnetic presence. They've likely mastered this inner coherence. They don't just think positive thoughts. They inhabit a different vibrational reality. And because the quantum field responds to your complete being, your awareness, your emotions, and your focus, your frequency becomes the most powerful tool you possess for transforming your life. If you feel this power awakening within you, share your experience in the comments. Type, "My frequency is my greatest creative force." As you write these words, feel their truth. This will help you anchor this new understanding and step into your role as the conscious artist of your reality. Take a moment to like this video if these insights are resonating with you, and subscribe to join this frequency of conscious creators who are choosing to live as the field itself rather than separate from it. Now let's explore how this understanding becomes practical reality. There's a part of you that has always known this. Your vibration transcends mere mood. It's the sacred, silent language through which your being communicates with the quantum field. This is applied physics, not abstract theory. Let me share a fundamental truth that most people never discover. Every possible experience exists only as pure potential until your conscious awareness selects it and makes it real. Quantum physics calls this the wave function collapse. Until you focus your emotional energy on a specific possibility, it remains suspended in the realm of infinite potential. Your observation combined with the feeling in your heart determines which possibility becomes your lived experience. There's a measurable interaction occurring between your consciousness and the fundamental structure of reality itself. This isn't metaphorical thinking about positive thoughts. Consider this. Your brain continuously constructs your reality based on existing knowledge. Neuroscience reveals that what you perceive isn't the actual world. It's a simulation shaped by your memories, habits, and expectations. But here's where it becomes fascinating. This internal reality isn't created solely by your mind. It emerges from your heart, the center of your emotional experience. That rhythm arises from your breathing pattern, your posture, and the electromagnetic field enveloping you. To create lasting transformation, thinking new thoughts isn't sufficient when your body remains trapped in old emotional patterns. Imagine your personal vibration as a powerful broadcasting tower. Each thought transmits a signal. Each emotion amplifies and deepens that transmission. Each choice you make either clarifies or distorts the broadcast. When these aspects of yourself align to emit a strong, clear, steady signal, the quantum field organizes itself to match that beautiful harmony. This manifests in your life as synchronicities. This is why you might encounter exactly the right person unexpectedly, receive an opportunity that seems tailor-made for you, or experience a powerful intuition guiding you toward actions you wouldn't have taken when feeling low or scattered. Here's the trap most people unknowingly fall into. They believe achieving high vibration means repeating affirmations or suppressing negative emotions. This creates an internal war between what they're thinking and what they're actually feeling. Even while telling yourself, "I am worthy of love," your nervous system might be running ancient programming that generates fear and unworthiness. From a quantum reality perspective, this contradiction broadcasts a fragmented, static-filled signal. It disperses your creative energy and makes it difficult for the universe to respond to your intentions. Heart coherence principles help us understand this clearly. When the heart's electromagnetic field operates smoothly, it creates beautiful, rhythmic patterns. During elevated emotional states like gratitude, compassion, and inner peace, these waves demonstrate that your heart and brain are synchronizing in deep harmony. This calms and rebalances your nervous system. Conversely, emotions like stress, anxiety, and anger create jagged, chaotic patterns. These represent incoherence, an internal conflict that affects your thinking, feeling, and energetic output. This energetic interference not only diminishes your well-being, but also scrambles the message you're sending to the field of infinite possibility. I'm curious about your own experience with this. Have you noticed moments when your energy felt completely aligned, where everything seemed to flow effortlessly? Share in the comments what that state felt like for you and what helped you access it. As we explore this together, you'll begin noticing these subtle shifts within yourself. Maintaining high frequency doesn't require constant happiness. It means staying aware of your current emotional state, recognizing when you've lost that inner balance and lovingly returning yourself to center. Think of tuning a fine instrument. First, you must learn to recognize when a string is out of tune. Then, you can make the delicate adjustments that restore its beautiful sound. If this perspective opens a new pathway for you, please engage with it. Comment below saying, "I am the conscious architect of my reality." This becomes a vibrational anchor that reminds you that your loving awareness is what transforms possibilities into reality. Your morning routine represents one of the most powerful and overlooked opportunities to shift your vibration. Upon waking, your brain exists in a magical transitional state. It's shifting from the dreamy theta waves of sleep toward the more alert beta waves of wakefulness. During this crucial window, your subconscious mind remains remarkably receptive, and your body hasn't yet activated stress responses. This brief period offers your golden opportunity to establish an elevated energetic tone for your entire day. But what do most of us do immediately? We dive into reactivity. We grab our phones, scan emails, consume news, or begin rehearsing yesterday's problems. Without realizing it, we're instructing our nervous system to return to familiar patterns of stress and anxiety that deplete us and cloud our clarity. When you intentionally create coherence before engaging with the world, you stabilize your biofield and immediately begin transmitting a clear, elevated signal. This isn't merely a pleasant morning ritual. It electromagnetically transforms how your heart and brain function. I'll share a fundamental practice you can implement immediately. When practiced consistently, the effects are profound. Though gentle, this technique is known as heart coherence breathing, extensively researched by organizations like the HeartMath Institute. This involves slowing your breath while focusing on your heart center. This returns your entire nervous system to a state of beautiful harmony. This balance enables sustained high vibrational living. Here's how to begin. Before your feet touch the floor upon waking, place a gentle hand over your heart center. Close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Simply observe your natural breathing for a moment. Don't attempt to change it yet. Feel your chest rising and falling softly. Next, gradually begin adjusting your breathing rhythm to become slower and more even. Consider inhaling for a count of 5, then exhaling for 5. Once you've established a peaceful breathing rhythm, visualize breathing directly through your heart. Imagine drawing in waves of healing, tranquil energy with each gentle inhalation. With each soft exhalation, visualize releasing any tension, worry, or mental noise. Once comfortable with this rhythm, gently recall a moment when you felt renewed and grateful. This might be cherishing a loved one's presence, remembering a time of complete safety and peace, or simply appreciating a fresh day. Allow this warm sensation to expand in your chest and flow throughout your entire body. After just 3 to 5 minutes of practice, your heart rhythm will begin synchronizing with your breath. This is cardiac coherence. Science has shown this harmonic pattern stabilizes your entire system. Your brain waves become more organized. Your hormones regulate more effectively. Your personal electromagnetic field becomes clearer, stronger, and more unified. But there's another layer to this morning practice that most people never discover. As your heart rhythm synchronizes with your breath, something remarkable begins happening at the cellular level. Your mitochondria, the energy-producing structures in your cells, start operating more efficiently. This increased cellular energy production doesn't just make you feel more vital, it actually strengthens your electromagnetic field at its most fundamental level. Think of your cells as tiny batteries. When they're operating efficiently, they contribute to the overall power and clarity of your energetic signature. When they're stressed or depleted, they create static and interference in your field. The morning coherence practice essentially charges these cellular batteries, giving you an energetic foundation that can sustain elevated states throughout your day. Research in quantum cellular biology has revealed that coherent heart rhythms create what scientists call entrainment cascades throughout your entire body. Your heart's electromagnetic field literally teaches other organs and systems how to synchronize with coherent patterns. Your liver begins processing emotions more efficiently. Your digestive system operates with greater harmony. Your endocrine system releases hormones in more balanced patterns. This systemic entrainment explains why people who practice morning coherence often report improvements in areas that seem unrelated to emotional states. Better digestion, improved sleep, enhanced immune function, and increased mental clarity all emerge naturally when your body's systems learn to operate in harmonic resonance with each other. What's even more fascinating is that this entrainment effect extends beyond your physical body. When you're in sustained coherence, your electromagnetic field begins influencing the quantum field around you in measurable ways. Quantum field detection equipment can actually measure changes in local space-time when someone achieves deep coherence. The field around you becomes more organized, more stable, and more responsive to conscious intention. This is why ancient meditation masters spoke of creating sacred space. They weren't just talking about a spiritual concept, they were describing a real electromagnetic phenomenon where sustained coherence literally transforms the quantum properties of your immediate environment. What does this mean for your daily experience? You're creating an internal environment where high-frequency states like creativity, emotional resilience, and clarity can flourish throughout your day. From a quantum perspective, understanding why this matters is crucial. What your heart generates doesn't remain contained within your body. Scientists have measured that it extends several feet outward, interacting with the energy of environments and people you encounter. This helps explain why people respond differently to you when you feel grounded and centered. Now, if these concepts are opening new pathways of understanding for you, know that what we've explored today touches only the surface of conscious frequency mastery. There's an entire system of 9 master frequencies that work together to create what I call effortless reality creation, moving you from the exhausting cycle of seeking and manifesting into pure being and embodiment. I've mapped out this complete framework in my book, Beyond the Frequencies, A Quantum Guide to Consciousness Mastery, where you'll discover how to become the broadcast itself rather than simply managing your signal. It's linked in the pinned comment below. As you begin practicing this alignment, remember you're not doing this alone.